All right, thank you. That was so fun to see you guys, to hear your stories. Loved it. Okay, if you are joining us on Facebook Live, we are having some connection issues. It keeps kicking us off. We're trying to get it figured out. But if you find us there, go ahead and go to our website on our homepage. If you can scroll down into the bottom right-hand corner, you can join us right here on Zoom, and you'll have an experience that is uninterrupted. So go ahead and come on over. Hey, Mig, can you go ahead and pull up our thermometer for us? Let's see how we're doing. Oh, yep, there we are. He's showing you how to connect right there. So come on over to Zoom, and then it won't boot you out. So thank you. And then, our thermometer keeps going up. We're at $22,750. Thank you. If you would like to give, text PBD Strong to 44321. And you can make a gift. And we are so grateful. Again, this helps us to be able to weather this storm. And I'm not just talking about the storm that is actually happening during our telethon, but the storm of a global pandemic and what that means for Pacific Ballroom Dance, for all dancers, for the entire arts community around the world. I want to go ahead and thank some of our donors that have given. Amy O'Donnell Riley, Jeff Bryan, Dayla Evans, Elena Hagan, Joan Hogan, Linda Graney, Robert Brooks, Rosita Mayo, Darren Kay, and Diane Lane. So thank you guys. Thank you so much for giving. We love you. We could not do this without all of our wonderful donors and supporters. You guys are what makes PBD possible, what makes PBD strong. All right, we are ready for our next interview. So excited. Monique, I think you are up next. There she is.
I am here. Hi, Heather. Hi, lovely.
In red, beautiful. Hi, great to see you. So I'll get out of here so you can introduce your next guest.
Oh, right. Well, I'm going to have him help introduce himself because he is the ever famous Ben Ralph. Ben, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Ben, okay. Well, Ben, I didn't get to get all the information about your accomplishments, but I know there are many from the time you left PBD to the last, 5 years? Has it been more than that?
More than that.
Okay. Anyway, send it to me. What are they? I know there are many. I don't want to lose anything important. So.
Well, there's a lot. This past 4 years, I've been a member of the Ballroom Dance Touring Company. And that's probably my biggest accomplishment, is going from PBD to eventually being on the touring company at BYU and being able to tour the world with my spouse, which I've met through dance, and being able to meet so many great people, and also sharing the gift of dance with others around the world. That's been one of my greatest accomplishments and something I will cherish forever. And really all that stemmed from PBD and the experiences that I had there that guided me and helped me be qualified to be a member of the Ballroom Dance Touring team at BYU.
Okay, we're gonna take you back in your life for a moment. We're gonna go back and I asked you the other day and I said, how did you get started and you gave me a great answer and I thought it was a great lead in. How did you get started at PBD?
Oh, my mom made me do it, really. It's all her fault.
You answered the same thing. Have you been watching the telethon?
Yeah.
Chase Baldwin answered exactly the same thing. Now, she dragged you in there, yes?
Yes.
And you came in, and how long did it take for you to decide this was where you were going to stay? How long did that take?
Ooh, I started in an intro team where we danced to Can You Move It Like This? Can You Shake It Like That? I think that's how the song is. I loved it, and I had a lot of fun. I was the oldest one in the group, but the people that I was interacting with every day were very kind, very uplifting, and I had a blast. So that was my first year, and then I went to the junior premier team, or the youth showcase team, with Matt Longhurst. And when I first went to that team, I was a little nervous because they all kind of knew each other and they knew the pieces. They had been on that team before me. So the first couple of days it was rough, but after a while they started to embrace me, and I became part of their group, and they showed kindness to me and kind of brought me in. So when I was brought in and loved and encouraged by these people, that's when I wanted to stay, and they became my best friends through my whole PBD experience.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that. Do you maintain your friendships that you started with all these different teams and people that you met during that time?
Yes, I do. Some
Sorry, that's
some
my
of them.
dogs that weren't barking for the last 5 hours, and now they are. Sorry about that.
Don't you worry about it.
Just ignore them. This is live. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, I still keep in contact with a lot of my friends from team at PBD, and some of them followed me, or we all came together to BYU. Others have gone. Some of them aren't dancing anymore. And we still keep in contact with them. The coaches as well. I still look up to them and try and talk to them as much as I can. But yeah, they're still my friends today, and that's the best part.
So Matt was your first coach. Who was your second coach for JP? That's junior premier team? Who was that coach? Do you remember them?
So I started when I was about 14, and
okay.
Back then I believe I went to an intro team, to then youth showcase to youth premier with Brett and Katie Meekum.
Okay, so I know there's always can you give me a time that was just amazingly fun, something that you did as a group, or something that's just a really fond memory for you on one of the teams? And tell us what team it was.
Well, on youth premier, Brent Meekum. Oh, there's so many. They're all coming back. One of my favorites.
I believe that with you. Okay, go ahead.
Every year he would take us on a camp out, just all the guys, and we would have a fire. We'd play ultimate frisbee or two-hand touch football. That was a blast, and I always loved that. Some great bonding moments as well with our team. Another one is actually in rehearsal. We did saying it wrong, a rugby scrum, I believe is what it's called, where Brent put us all down and locked in our shoulders, and then we just pushed each other around. There's no ball. We were just learning how to be aggressive and fight for things. Yeah, we loved it.
Oh my gosh, that sounds like fun. I remember a time, I think it was a nationals. I think it was your senior year. And this one's the tougher one. I remember you having kind of a difficult time. I think you were at the time you were the president of they had the team captain. And do you remember that time? And I remember we had a long talk and stuff like that. And how did you overcome, nationals is intense, right? Would you agree going to nationals is a very intense time for not only you, but the team, and the amount of time and schoolwork and senior year? How do you feel that PBD helped you get through that? And how do you feel like it made you stronger, if you remember it?
Well, we were prepared. We spent a lot of time working on the medleys, which are the team competition routines. And then as well, they encourage us to practice outside of team. They've encouraged us to do, they gave us technique routines and technique classes. So they prepared us for the challenging time that we would have at nationals. And like you said, we were still in school. We were still working or competing and dancing a lot. So they prepared us. The organizers at BYU, the coach, or at PBD, the coaches, they know what they're doing, and they want us to have the best experience. So they were always there to make sure that we were prepared and do everything that they could to help us have a good experience.
Do you feel like PBD is all about the dancing? What would you describe PBD to mean? What does it mean to you as an organization?
Wow, that's a good question, because in high school or that time in my life, it was everything for me. I had given up. I was doing sports. I have 7 older siblings. None of them dance. I was into a lot of other things, and for some reason, I was pulled to PBD. I wasn't forced. My mom forced me originally, but there was something that pulled me to be around the people, not just my friends and the dancers, but also the leaders and the coaches. They were great people, and I felt that they cared about me and they wanted me to be successful, and that was a driver for me. And I felt like they loved me and they cared for me and they wanted me to be successful. I was working my butt off in order to make them proud and make them realize how grateful I was for their support. So it's everything.
Okay, so that, I think it's amazing. The amount of people it touches and what the growth, and watching how kids change and how they communicate with each other. I can honestly say one of my most rewarding, taking you back. I mean, you're a theater arts champion. You are a smooth, I don't know, rising star champion or finalist with your wife. And that's Carly, who she's absolutely adorable and lovely. And it comes so full circle. Having you and Carly come back to the studio and be able to train during a couple summers. And I really just had to thank you for, my daughter was a little bit worried about theater arts and you helped her and she got some other great tips from you. And she just, I think because of your great kindness and warmth, you made her feel so welcome. And what was that experience for you coming back after I got to coach you for when you were first starting in your competitive career, and then come back and get to coach my daughter? How did that feel to you?
It was exciting. I was very excited, but also very nervous. And I was a little bummed out that some of my pictures were taken down. I was like, looking for pictures of myself, but I couldn't find any. And there's so many kids there that I couldn't recognize, and it was a great experience. But the funny thing was, when I was working with your daughter, they were the same principles and techniques and lifts that I was taught by Brent Meekum. So
there you go.
when we were able to come and work with her, it was great, but it really didn't come full circle. I was able to reteach the things that I was taught there at PBD, and be able to add in the things that I've learned since then.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was fun, and you were so gentle with her, and she loved it. She could hardly wait to work with you again. So I know that you're moving back to the East Coast. I'm getting to the point. We have a few more questions, and then we're gonna go through the lightning round. This is the fun part, right? Where I get to battle a bunch of questions at you, and I have my bell, and we get to do this in a very short period of time. All right. So, look at the pictures though. That is Casey. Yes, Casey, true.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And what routine is this that you're dancing?
This was our third cabaret piece. It's called Yellow Brick Road, was the name of the song.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I remember that.
National
years. Oh my gosh. Yes. So I think it's funny because I remember you coming back from college, and you and Melissa, I don't know, was Melissa Marasich, we'll see her later. Was she one of your first partners? Yes. And who is this? Who are you dancing with here? Who's this?
This is also Casey True. In one of our performances in, I believe it was Argentina, is where we were having this performance.
Wow, that's beautiful. That's fantastic. Oh my goodness. And it sounds like I gave you 5 seconds to talk about all your accomplishments, and you truly, your dancing and your theater arts had become so amazing, but I just have always enjoyed you as a person from the time I worked with you, and your great warmth and personality. So we're going to go to our lightning round. Are you ready? Okay. Yeah. So I'm going to ask you, what is your favorite dance?
Lindy.
Okay. What is your favorite style of dance?
Theater arts, cabaret.
Okay. What is your favorite song and why?
Oh, wow. The favorite song. I really liked Piece by Piece by Kelly Clarkson, I believe is who sang that. It's very emotional. You could feel the power and the emotion in her voice.
Oh, absolutely. Okay, cool. Do you still drive fast?
Yes.
Do you like to make donuts in the ice?
Yes.
Okay, I knew you were going to answer that. Okay, how many kids are you going to have?
Depends on how cute they are.
I should have Carly here to help answer that one.
Oh,
Oh.
hi.
All right, when you have your kids, will they do ballroom dance?
Most likely, yes.
Okay, and
They
I know
want to.
good. What were you going to say? Go ahead.
If they want, yes, we'll
Okay.
encourage them to do that.
Okay, and then I know you're going to be moving to the East Coast. Yeah.
Mhm. Yep.
And you have a new job over there, and Carly's going to be teaching. If perhaps you ever came back to Seattle, would you possibly teach at PBD?
I would want to, yes.
Yeah, that's the answer we like. And then also, when you have kids, I should say, would they dance at PBD?
If we moved over there, yeah.
Oh,
For
excellent.
sure.
Okay.
I
And
loved it. They're going to love it.
well, we'd love to have them, of course. And when and if you ever had to do this all over again, would you change never walking into PBD? Would you ever want to change?
No, I would have wanted to still do it for sure. I maybe would have started earlier.
Ah, good answer. Okay.
Started younger.
I have one more question before I run out of time here, because I'm being time conscientious, and this is the big one. Why would you say it is important for people to want to donate today to help PBD?
Well, I believe that it's a program that does a lot of good. It did a lot of good to my life, and it changed my life. I wouldn't have anything, not everything, but I feel like a lot of things that I love right now about my life, my wife, where I went to school, like the traits that I have, the ability that I have to kind of communicate with other people and work with other people, they came from PBD, and the attributes and the things that they teach there, the values, they have affected my life for the good, and I would want that for others as well, because it has changed my life, and it's something that I think should stay around, and there's a lot of kids out there that it will do good for, and they'll learn to love it like I did.
I feel like the same way. I have been able to teach there, and I feel like it's given me back 10 times more than I give out. So I'm going to hand this back over, because I'm just at my time. And I really appreciate you taking the time out. I know you have a big project back there in Utah that you're trying to do, and giving us that time. And I love you, and I hope your family stays safe, and good luck to you. And I know I've run into you every year now because of nationals, and I won't be able to do that, and it makes me sad, but hopefully we can stay in touch, and
Yeah.
I can find out all the great things you're going to continue to do. Thank you, Ben. Love you.
Thank you. It was so great to see you.
Hey, Ann, I'm passing you back the baton. Thank you.